Now it's time to talk showbiz. Sitting back here, watching all these actors. Welcome back, Cameron Lynch.
Hello, and pleasure to be here once again, Fred. And it's yeah, very talented group
Have you
of people
been
here,
watching
so.
The Voice?
I have actually.
What
yes.
do you think?
Amazing, amazing. I'm quite astonished that people who are watching the Australian version don't know about the American version at all. But I think it's really good the fact they are choosing people based on the merits of just
To be honest with you, you've got the good Charlotte Guy. You've got an American there, Seal.
Yep.
So it's so American anyway, isn't it?
Of course. Well,
everything's a copy.
I think Seal's British, actually.
Is he? Yeah. Oh, well, close enough. I don't care.
Yeah.
That's all right. I was going to say something else, but I won't.
That's okay.
What have you got showbiz-wise?
Well, speaking of music, before we get to the stories actually had, I have to mention that unfortunately there's some sad news that came through this morning that MCA, aka Adam Yauch from the Beastie Boys, passed on this morning of cancer. News. He had a long-term battle for about 3 years, and so rest in peace, Mr. MCA. He fueled a lot of my teenage skating years.
Yes, Beastie Boys.
And by skating years, I mean playing Skate or Die on the NES, because I can't skate at all.
Oh,
but
thank
yeah.
you.
So on to the actual news that I had planned. This is actually a follow-up story from what I talked about a couple weeks ago with Cher selling her key to the city. There we are on eBay.
If I could turn back time.
Well, I wish you could, so I wouldn't have to hear that again. But but basically, she's selling her key to the city of Adelaide that she got back in the 1990s.
Did I hear correctly? It sold for about 100 grand.
Yeah.
And the guy who bought it from Melbourne faked it.
Yeah, absolutely. So he bought it for just under $100,000. He's actually from Melbourne. He said he never had any intention of paying it because he felt it was insulting to Adelaide.
Because I heard on the breakfast on 10 the other day that they're looking at suing him.
Oh, really?
Yes, because they're trying to look into it, because 100 grand's a lot of money. It's
absolutely.
Like $5,000.
I thought he just got a thumbs down ratings as a seller or a buyer.
I think they're looking at the legal team coming after him. So if you're out there, Melbourne man,
funnily enough,
find 100 grand.
Funnily enough, from Melbourne, he's actually the producer of the new Big Brother series, so he's a professional at wasting people's time. So,
oh, really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe Cher will make an appearance.
Speaking of wasting people's time, Wag Nation.
Yep.
Now, I think it's really important we embrace this amazing show. We've got an image here of Terry Biviano with Alex Dimitriadis during his mafia face. Now, forget the fact that he's Greek and not Italian, but that's why she hooked up with him, and apparently she's dating a rugby player now. So yeah, it's important, and I want to introduce each of the wags every week. So because basically, I think it's really important that we know who these people are, because they will basically perpetuate humanity in a positive direction.
Or waste our time.
Of course. Eric McNaught was discharged from a London hospital after being diagnosed with a hematoma on her kidney. Now, apparently, I think she's doing Dancing with the Stars there. She had a bit of a fall. People thought it was just like a bruised rib or something, but apparently it was a hematoma, aka bruise on her kidney, which I think would still be painful. But yeah, basically, she's not tripping up over any sort of TV deals or anything like that. But it's good to see that she's recovering quickly. Big news. Ben Rafter, aka Hugh Sheridan, is now leaving Pact of the Rafters.
Yippee!
The advertising acclaimed Pact of the Rafters to host a show called I Will Survive, which is basically based on Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, the musical version, and they're casting for that, and it's basically like
I think he won a Logie as well this year, didn't he?
Absolutely.
He actually left the show about 4 months ago, and then we haven't caught up yet. But he wasn't doing anything for 4 months.
Right. Okay. So yeah. I mean, as soon as they announced the show, they had a big sort of interest from Southeast Asia, obviously, with a lot of people wanting to be the drag queens in public on that one. But I think the main reason they said is because he was going to be hosting the show. I think based on that picture, he's getting a little too tanned, so his skin color isn't really fitting with the demographic. So that's why they're just kind
I think the whole become a star, go out while you're on a high, get out and make a lot of money. Otherwise, if he stays with Pact to the Rafters, Tricky Business is coming on 9.
Absolutely.
The show could lose ratings, and then he won't be worth anything.
Tricky Business trying to fool people. That's the exact same show on a different station,
that's
perhaps.
Right.
But nevertheless. And finally, we have Scarlett Johansson. There's no story. I just like showing pictures of her.
I like her couch.
No, she's actually been awarded with a Hollywood Walk of Fame star. So she goes up with the 2,600 odd luminaries on there. So she's on there with David Spade, the Munchkins from Wizard of Oz, and I think Alvin and the Chipmunks are on there too. So it is really, she's just, star-studded cast.
Well done. Cameron, is that it?
That's it.